we are reaching out to a wider audience just for their information. Jeev Milkha Singh, a winner of 21 international titles across tours. He has his signature course in Ahmedabad. He is now a tournament host on the PGTI for the 4th year running, and very soon he's going to play the senior tour. Not many in India can claim to have that right. So Jeev, just take us through your journey from the start and now looking ahead.
Honestly, I'm a very fortunate human being because this game of golf was introduced to me by my parents. Unfortunately, they are not here. I lost them in June. I feel that every human being has to go through his journey to find peace when a tragedy like that hits a family. Coming back to the game of golf, I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Made a living out of what I love doing. I started my journey when I was 9 years old. Came with my father to the golf course, was introduced to the game, had 4 or 5 young players my age playing, so we used to have a lot of competitiveness between us, and I think that pushed us to become better players, representing the country, became professional golfers, played globally, won a lot of tournaments all over the world. Having a tournament with my name, thanks to Mr. Srinivasan, Take Sports, for making this happen. I'm humbled by the gesture. Talking about the senior tour, in fact, I'm looking forward to it. That's my second innings, and I tell all the professional golfers that's my pension fund. I've been a professional golfer for the last 29 to 30 years, I would say. And I'm looking forward to it, honestly, because there are no cuts on the professional tour. You play 3 rounds and you get paid. I'm exempt in Europe, Japan, Korea. I'm in all the majors next year. I should be playing close to about 32 tournaments globally. My only worry is the jet lag. Hopefully I can cope up with that. Earlier days I could do it, but I'm sure when I get into things I should be able to manage myself better. Majors have a cut on the senior tour. There are 4 rounds, and there's a field of 144, and the cut is 70 and ties. So those are the 3 tournaments I have to worry about. The rest I think I'll get paid for. And it's been great. The journey has been fantastic. I just feel that as a golfer, I've made such good friends all over the world who are there for me all the time, and you meet them. It's like reliving the memories. It's fantastic. I think it's one of the best games I could have been introduced to. It's the best equalizer. I one day shoot under par, next day I don't even know whether I'm going to shoot under par. So it keeps you close to human life, because every day is not the same.
True.
And I hope in the future, which is the senior tour, and I think what's going to keep me going is that my parents introduced me to the game, and I'm sure they're looking at me from up above. I can win as many tournaments as it's possible, like I did on the main tour. I would like to do it on the senior tour, and hopefully a major championship. I always wanted to win a major championship. If I couldn't do it on the main tour, I would like to do it on the senior tour before my career is over. And that's my goal, and I think that's what's going to keep me going.
But Jeev, none of us are getting any younger. And now for you it's the second innings. What are the things that you're kind of keeping in mind as far as taking care of your body?
I think a very good question. The most important thing to last out on the senior tour is your body and the fitness. For fitness, I go to the gym 3 times a week. That's fine. But when you play tournaments, what happens is that you're going all out, and sometimes you push yourself so much that injuries creep in. And if you don't get them fixed right away, it's going to carry on for a longer period of time, and then you have to take some time. When I play the senior tour, I'm going to invest in a physio who's going to travel with me week in, week out, who knows my swing, who makes me work out, stretches me in the morning, stretches me in the evenings after the round. And the second person who's going to be on, I'm going to have a full team. The second person who's going to be on my team is my friend, who's going to travel with me week in, week out. So I'm going to carry, there's 3 of us are going to be going week in, week out on the senior tour, trying to make sure that I'm fit enough and I can carry on for a long period of time. So I think the question you asked is a very important question, and I see Bernard Langer, he's 64 and he's still going strong, and that's the only reason. Because
But the senior tour just posted a video, terrible back pain, and he said it's worst that I've experienced in 20 years.
see, it catches up. You know, you cannot fight age, and these are the few years I have, and I have to make the most out of it. And I think I'm going to do that.
How much time are you giving yourself?
Lately, to be honest, I have not played golf at all because I just kind of gave up after the tragedy. I didn't feel like playing golf, and I haven't played in the last 5 months. I've started because I didn't want to set a bad example for my son that the father has given up, and I think I didn't want to be a loser in front of him. So, and my parents wouldn't have liked it. So this is my first event in a year, and I'm going to play another 2 events before the year's over. I'm going to play on the Asian Tour, 25th to the 28th and 2nd to the 5th of December in Thailand. And after that, I take a break, and it's not going to be a break anymore. It's going to be full-time work, which consists of gym work, which consists of hitting a lot of golf balls, chipping, putting, getting the body used to getting the golfing muscles activated again, because sitting around, lying down on bed and thinking what's happened in life is not going to help.
Yeah.
So I have to make decisions where, you know, I have to go out there and be ready and prepared when I hit the senior tour. Starting next year, I would hopefully play some events on the Asian Tour before I hit the senior tour, and I'm a person who likes to play a few events before I start the big ones, and I'm ready and I'm prepared. So I have some tournament golf under my belt. That's what the plan is, and hopefully it's possible, depending on if this pandemic doesn't come back again.
True, very true. Life will become so uncertain.
Yes.
But as you said, you have rights all across the globe. So have you taken a call where you can kind of tee off first?
Yes, I have. I'm going to start from Japan.
That's your second home.
Yes, I love it. I love playing in Japan. I have a lot of wins out there and good memories. And it brings some positive thoughts in my mind. So I would like to start from there. I'm going to start end of March in Japan. There are going to be about 18 to 20 tournaments on the Japanese tour, senior tour. So I'll play maybe 4 weeks in Japan in April, or maybe till May, and then move on to Europe and then to the US, depending when the major championship US Open Senior is. And I'd like to play one event in the US before that, and then shuttle between Europe and Japan. But my goal is to basically play about 6 to 7 events on the Champions Tour, which includes 3 majors, and hopefully I can get 3 or 4 invites on the Champions Tour. And I've taken up associate membership as a champion on the European Tour.
Okay.
That helps me get the membership, associate membership. And if I make enough money in those 7 starts on the Champions Tour, then I keep my card.
You keep
for
it.
yeah.
Yes.
So that's what my goal is. And in the meantime, when I'm doing that, hopefully I've covered myself in Japan and Europe also. Hopefully one or few tournaments or one or two tournaments. And at least I have those exemptions to fall back on and I can just focus on the practice.
So basically it's about going back to the old days when you were kind of always permitting combinations यहाँ card रखना है वहाँ card रखना है.
Yes.
Exactly.
Strategizing. You
Yes.
have to, it's like playing golf on a golf course. You don't have a good shot, you got to lay up and then try to make up and down and make a par and get away and move to the next hole.
True.
So that's what I'm going to do with the tours now.
But given the amount of travel, I think it makes sense to buy a private jet for yourself.
I need to win a major championship for that.
But tell me, Jeev, a lot of youngsters I'm sure will be watching this, and given this mad rush for high scores in academics, what would your advice be to parents who push their kids unnecessarily into this mad chase for excellence, but rather focus on something which strikes a balance between academics and sports? Something on that, because it's just getting crazier.
I'll give you my example. When I went to the US, when you play college golf in the US, you've got to strike a balance. You've got to have grades which are good enough to play for that semester. If you don't have good grades, you don't play for the team that semester.
You're out of the league, yes.
So, if you can maintain a standard which is good enough for your grades, and you can take out time for your game, which you love, and you want to make a career out of it, I think it's a perfect balance there. And then you can decide when you get to the age of 20 or 21, like I was 21, and that's when I made the decision that, I would love to be a professional golfer, and I've got the basic education, and if I can keep going this way, I'm good enough to make a living out of it. But the basic education, is very important, because if after 4 or 5 years as a professional athlete, you're doing very well and you get injured, you fall back on it.
Yes.
You've got to have something to fall back on. That's your education. That is one way of looking at things. The other way of looking at things is that, hey, you know what? I love this game and I'm going to make a living out of it. I don't care whether I have a basic education or not. I'm just going to give it 100%. After that, it's my luck. And then you just go full out and give it 100%. And after that, your desire and your hard work is going to take you to what you deserve.
True. So now your son is also following in your footsteps. So was it a concerted call within the family that since the father is a golfer, the son should also take to the same sport, or was it because playing an individual sport in our country is gives you a lot less tension?
I honestly, it's his choice. I'm going to give him the education, and hopefully I can give him the right guidance like my parents did. He's at an age where he loves the game, but I don't want to push him too much where he starts resenting it, and then after that he's going to say, I don't like this game, I don't want to do it.
So many cases.
Yeah. So I'm just letting him be. I don't want to take his childhood away from him. That's fine. When he gets in his teens, if he's good enough, that's when I come in. And I tell him, okay, if you're serious, we're going to have certain practice routines. I'm going to make a program for you. If you follow it, and you work on your mental side also, and you do this practice this way, you could become a good athlete and you can make a good living for yourself. So that's the way I look at it for my son. But it all comes down to an individual who has that desire. I can only tell him to a certain extent and guide him. After that, the desire he has and the will he has is going to take him to the next level.
Thank you for the time,
Thank
Jeev,
you.
and wish you all the success on the senior tour.
Thank you, and all the best to you guys. Thank you.